Hey folks, I'm Sarah and I'm on the 2025 jury for what I think is the best book prize for literary fiction from small presses. It's called the Republic of Consciousness Prize, United States and Canada, and it is dedicated to literary fiction from small presses in North America. Over the next few months, I will be sharing every single book nominated for the prize, and while I can't share my personal opinions on each book just yet, I will share enough details so that you can get to know the book and the publisher. Every book gets its very own video, and you are not going to want to miss a single one. Hello friends, and welcome to the month of October. This week I've curated a little mini list to launch us into the October season, a little list of books that I think are perfect for October, at least based on their titles. Next up, we have book number 15 on our nominee list, and that's Iris and the Dead. This is by Miranda Schreiber, and it's published by Book Hug Press. And you can see there's a spooky graveyard there at the top of the book. In Iris and the Dead, we have an unnamed narrator who reflects on the period of her life starting at age 12, when she both experiences a debilitating depression, but also starts to realize that she's queer. But the novel, though this period in her life starts when she's 12, the novel really starts when she's 18, when she starts to see a therapist whose name is Iris. Iris is 27, so to 18-year-old narrator seems a much older and wiser guide, therapist, and Iris really helps guide the narrator through the process of finally coming out. But Iris also takes advantage of their relationship in ways that the narrator eventually realizes is very much abusive. And now the narrator is 26 years old, and she decides it is time to set the record straight and get her story down on paper. Meanwhile, the narrator is also dealing with inherited generational trauma, and this is where the dead come in. The dead, literally in this book, are the narrator's ancestors, and the ancestors are tied in with the narrator's depression in a really beautiful and interesting way that I won't spoil here, but it all ties together in this really fascinating, mostly the middle section of the book. The ancestors come back and are really beautifully tied in with the narrator's decade-long experience of depression. Miranda Schreiber is a Toronto-based writer and researcher, and Iris and the Dead is her debut book. Book Hug Press is a Canadian-owned and operated, radically optimistic independent publisher, as they call themselves, working at the forefront of contemporary book culture. They say we specialize in bold, dynamic literary fiction, literature and translation, poetry, and narrative nonfiction. And they say Book Hug Press has made an impressive mark on the domestic Canadian-owned independent publishing landscape. And I love their description of their impact on the Canadian publishing world. They say, we're proud to be part of Canada's vital independent publishing community. We champion and support Canadian and international voices and stories and produce and manufacture all our books in Canada. What does this mean? It means we mainly work with Canadians on our books from start to finish, including authors, editors, proofreaders, translators, designers, sales reps, distributors and wholesalers, printers, booksellers, marketing professionals, and more, to get them into the hands of as many readers as possible. Iris and the Dead does what I always want a first-person narrated novel to do. It gives an answer to the why now, is what I kind of call it. My favorite first-person narrated books always have a solid and interesting reason for why they are written in first person. Why is this person telling this story now? Let me know examples in the comments of books written in first person that do a good job in your eyes of answering that, the why now. Why this person? Why are they telling it now? And for the narrator in Iris and the Dead, the why now is because the narrator is about to turn 27. Iris was 27 when she served as the narrator's therapist, and when, by abusing that role, Iris inflicted so much lasting harm and damage on the narrator. So the narrator wants to set the record straight now before she becomes the same age or older than Iris was when she inflicted this harm. Because she's worried that once she's older than Iris, she might be tempted to kind of brush over some of Iris's behavior as the behavior of a young woman. She'll start to see Iris as a young woman making mistakes, big mistakes, but a young woman making mistakes instead of an older woman abusing her position. And that's just one of many incredible books nominated by one of many incredible publishers. The long list of 10 books is usually announced in mid-January-ish, but I guarantee you there are going to be more than 10 amazing books from these nominees. So if you love offbeat, under-the-radar literary fiction, you are going to want to follow along. Click above or below for the next nominated book. If I've filmed it, it'll be available there. If not, stay tuned for just a little while longer. And in the meantime, you can click the playlist below that will contain all of the nominated books that I've shared so far. Again, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.